Yeah, man. No. Look at the fucking information card, man. What are they saying? What are they saying? My neighbor, man, is so noisy. She needs to read this. Good to fucking see you, man. Good to see you. Ciao, man. It feels fucking nice and chilly, man. Check out this. Fly trap, pleasure. Oh, man. I'm mid-delivery right now. How many deliveries you doing per day, man? Fill me in. Give me the quota. How chilly is the Australian winter? It's fucking pretty cold, man. I don't do well in the cold, man, to be honest with you. I'm the fattest. You know what I mean? Like, it's bizarre, man. Like, 3 years ago, dude, out of nowhere, the cold just started to fuck with me hard. And became severely uncomfortable, regardless of how fat I was. You know what I mean? Like, I used to think, like, 1 year I got held lean and it was and it was so cold, man. I used to wake up and sit next to this fucking heater, man, and eat these pancakes. I was eating pancakes every morning, I remember. And I used to sit next to this heater, dude, and I'd be like, and I'd be shivering, thinking, like, it was just that painful type of cold. And then, the next winter I was way fatter. Still the same shit, man. You know what I mean? 20 plus, that's a lot of deliveries, dude. How many hours are you out there? That's big boy, that's big boy. That's big boy alert. Cold ain't fun, man, seriously, eh? Thick, like, it's okay when it's like, it's okay when it's mildly cold, you're laying in bed, and you have a window placed right behind your fucking skull, and the wind's hitting you, and you're in a tracksuit. That's okay. You know what I mean? When you're trying to actually live, when it's debilitatingly cold, or you're like one of us, where it's like, you know, the cold for me is debilitating. You know what I mean? Like, I got some human issue where, like, my body gets really bad in the cold. My hands get fat, my legs get fat, like, all sorts of weird shit happens to me, man. I'm on the tracksuit and Xanax, hey. Is that not the best description of what Xanax feels like, man, eh? Tracksuit mode. Yeah, RIP Prodigy, dude. We heard the news. I mean, it's tragic, dude. I played Hell on Earth like at least 10 times yesterday, dude. At least 10 times. Back to back, I just had to, dude. I was ready to fucking knock dudes out. You gotta be careful, man. The music's too real, man. It makes you just want to... Music like that makes you just want to fly kick people. You know what I mean? I had a fucking dude, the universe asked, dude, I had the most wild dream last night. Wild. It wasn't a lucid dream. I wish it was a lucid dream, eh? Because it would have been the funniest shit to wake up in this dream, man. All right, get this, bro. Get this. Right before I woke up, man, I had this wild... I remember telling Jess, dude, it was the most wild dream, right? I woke up and I was on a bus, man. I was on a fucking bus in Thailand that had a gym on it. There was a gym on this bus, and you know that meathead who's a 5%er from Rich Piana, the big tall fucker who's got bald. He just looks that funky looking cunt. You know what I mean? That big dude. He kind of looks like Vin Diesel, but taller and bigger with tattoos. He was doing curls, and I looked up, and I was like, I'm on a bus right now in Thailand, and there's a gym on there. And I looked over to the squat rack. And I remember looking at the squat rack thinking, like, how can anybody squat on a moving gym bus in Thailand? All right, and I was thinking in my head, like, I'm gonna go get a workout in, right? So I go over to do dumbbell press, shoulder press, right? And there's a bunch of fucking Australian hookers sitting next to me. And the girl asks me, she's like, do you have a partner? And I'm like, yeah, yeah. He's like, yeah. And she's like, do you mind if I take my shirt off? And I was like, you can take your shirt off if you want. I'm just gonna do some shoulder press. And then I was like, I'm just curious, how much do you cost? And she was like, we cost $700 for 3 days. And then I was like, wow, that's really cheap, but in Thailand, that's a lot of money. And then I woke up. This dude's following me, dude. Yeah, dude, it was weird, man. It was a weird fucking dream, eh? You know why though? Because I think that dude was imprinted into my subconscious because I was on YouTube last night, man, and I saw a thumbnail with him from you know the cunts who made Generation 9. They uploaded a video about him, and it's just a thumbnail of his head. So you know what I mean? That's kind of like why why he was in my dream. But it was real bizarre, man. I'm trying to think of what he looks like. He looks funky, man. He's on so much growth hormone. His head's the size of a peanut, and his body's just like a fridge. You know what I mean? He's literally like, if you took a peanut and you put it on top of a fridge, that's what he looks like. Ramadan's gone amazing, brother. Doesn't really feel like it's Ramadan. You know what I mean? It's just, it's. I don't even really think about it anymore, man. It just feels great. I feel like, you know what I mean? I'm just gonna do this shit all year round. No, I'm not, but. Feels amazing. I don't know the dude's name, man. You're gonna have to look him up. Like that dude at the start of Troy who Brad Pitt kills. You know, I can't remember that dude, but probably, man. It sounds like a cunt in Troy. Or he looks like a cunt who'd probably be in Troy, who Brad Pitt would probably kill. Yeah, I remember the hooker's tits were huge, man. Huge, man. I was just thinking, what the fuck, man? Martin Ford, maybe, man. Do you get disappointed? No, I'm not gonna be disappointed, man. Just next phase, man. Next phase, eh? Like, I miss chewing gum, you know what I mean? It's cool how I miss little things, man. The little things you miss, you think, fuck, man, those things aren't little things, they're big things. You know what I mean? That seem like little things at the time because they're just so readily available. But then after Ramadan, you think about it, you say, that shit's big, man. You know what I mean? Plans for today, same old, man. I'm just gonna go edit, work, eat. That's it, brother. Mexico versus New Zealand right now, where at? What are you talking about? What sport? I don't drink, bro, but it's alright for me, bro, because usually I don't drink coffee during the day, man. I just drink coffee before I train real early, and that's it. That's enough to hold me over. I stay clear of 2 coffees a day, man. Unless I'm, nah, like I can't, man. I've done it before, and it's just a slippery slope. Fuckboy checking in. Shouts to realize, shouts to you, bro. Don't be writing no caps lock today, brother, please. My heart's already hurting, man, from the caffeine. Of course I know who Cristiano Ronaldo is, man. Is it Cristiano? How do you pronounce it, bro? Cristiano? All I know, the last name's iconic, man. You know what I mean? So, you know, shouts to him. You always wake up in the dark even when it's not in Ramadan, right? Yeah, brother. I mean, I love that. That's my thing, man. I can't wake up when the sun has to, like, the sun, it's either going to be dark or the sun is just breaking. You know what I mean? I'm early in, early out. You know, if I have to go to bed late, I have to go to bed late. It is what it is. I don't mind. But I'm early in, early out. Like, I like to be in bed, bro, 9 p.m. You know, doing something. I played Mob Deep for 2 hours last night, dude. When I got back to the room yesterday, there was a fucking cunt live streaming, like, he live streamed like 2 hours worth of Mob Deep, and I just had it on, I just was playing that, man. It was sick, eh? When's the last time I woke up in the sun? Did I feel like a shit cunt? Honestly, bro, I can't remember the last time I woke up in the sun. It would have been a long time ago. And not really, because when I wake up that late, it's usually because something happened the night before. Like, I got to fucking, like, I don't know, eh? You know what I mean? Like, there was something going on that made me get up that late. I really can't though, bro, because my body clock's just so used to it. Even if I go to bed quite late, my body clock's just so used to waking up that early that I've just done it for so many years now that it just wakes up. Shouts to Hell on Earth, man. Seriously, I can't get over how dope Hell on Earth is, man. Do you know what I mean? It's just ridiculously good. I was trying to explain to my girlfriend the level. I was telling her, I was like, if you're gonna die, man, I was like, this is, you know, Prodigy's graduated life. He's moved to the next level now. I was like, if you're gonna graduate to the next level, I was like, you want to be like Prodigy, man. If you just, dude, I'm like, he is the type of cunt, man. I'm like, think of the music, dude. If you just think of the music, it's insane. How old was he when he came out with Hell on Earth? I don't know. But what was his biggest hitting song at the youngest age? Was it Shook Ones? How old was he? Tell me. It's insane. You know what I mean? The dude's like 42. These tracks were written like, what, 30 years ago or something? Or what, 26 years ago or something? I'm not even sure. 19, dude. 19. And still to this day, I play it, you know, at least 5 times a week. There's cunts out there who probably listen to it on repeat every single day, man. You know what I mean? It's just insane, man. It's insane. The kind of, if there's a legacy, he left a crime music thug legacy. In a good way, though. Like, it's weird. He was fucking, man. If there's an old soul out there, man, I mean, he's just goes to show you that it's just product of circumstance, man. Age is just a number, man. You know what I mean? I think all the rappers out there, any rapper that's decent, respected him a lot, man. You know what I mean? When things get for real, my warm heart turns cold, eh? Yeah, it's weird, man. It's weird how we only realise how good something is to us gone, eh? It's like most things, I guess, eh? I don't know how, if you can sleep to Mobb Deep, man, seriously, man, eh? You're a good sleeper, man. Because most cunts just want to run through walls, man. Yo, where them old school vlogs at? Oh, hey, brother, I don't use the word old school. For my own mental health, I don't like the word. Deadpool, I don't know what happened, man. He made a mistake, brother. Sipping on that pandan soy milk for breakfast. Shouts to you, brother. The good shit. Forgive him, mate. Forgive him. Isn't it weird? Yeah, I already read that, eh? Big up the fucking lyrics, man. I'll be back after the Mexico game, lad. Shouts to you. Abdullah, what do you think while working out while sick? I think it's stupid, man. There's a difference. It depends how sick you are, brother. The thing is, it comes with experience. Like, you'll know. Most people, when they start training, it depends why you're training, man. It actually depends. It depends on your mental state, why you train, and the reasons you train for. Because, you know, it's really dictated by that frame of mind, man. Because I've been in the state before where I am my physique. My physique is me. There's no difference between them. So I would rather die than not work out if I was sick. Like, it was just like, there was no, like, health on the back burner, bro. You know what I mean? It was just like, fuck this, I gotta train no matter what, man. You know what I mean? Because I just didn't feel like myself if I couldn't do it. Like, I was just like, who am I? You know what I mean? That's low-key what would happen. I didn't know it at the time because I hadn't come to that realization yet. So I would be doing crazy shit. I'd be sick as fuck, working out for like weeks, and cunts would be telling me, look, you're just gonna have to you're gonna be sick for longer, and like, just give time rest. And I wouldn't listen to no cunt. Once I came to that realization, bro, it comes to a point where it's just like, it's just cost versus reward. Like, it's like, if you're sick to the point where you're gonna train, it's gonna delay your recovery, there's no point. You have to put your emotional attachment and baggage towards training on the back burner and think, what is the best for my health? You know what I mean? If the best thing for your health is to take time off, it's good. You gotta have patience, bro. Patience is a virtue. Patience is the name of the game. Like, you know what I mean? If your training's rooted in the right reasons, you realize that you're gonna be here for life. Like, you're gonna be training for life. and hopefully you live a pretty a decent long enough life, man, and you're gonna be training for a long time. So it's not a big deal if you miss a week. Fuck it, man. It's not even a big deal if you were sick for 2 weeks and you had to miss it. You know what I mean? Raw power. If you're really sick, you don't get. If you're really sick, you don't get better when you train. No one does, man. If your body's in serious strife, man, you do not get better when you train. Maybe if you have like some mild fucking something, maybe you might be alright. But maybe you just haven't been sick enough and trained. You know what I mean? Maybe you're just a healthy cunt. Overtraining is ego. I mean, it can be largely ego related, man. It can be. You know what I mean? Just beating at it for no point, man, other than just to make yourself feel like you're worthy. I mean, that's a big part of overtraining, eh? I talk to my parents and I talk 50-50, man. Like, I'm the type of cunt to say like 4 words in English, 1 word in Arabic. You know what I mean? I don't really have many people I talk to in Arabic anymore. I used to. When my grandma was alive, we were living with my grandma. I talked to her in Arabic all the time. Even though she understood little bits of English, she would be forcefully talking to me in Arabic. Which is a shame, because now when I go over to the Middle East, my Arabic's like I sound Filipino. So I gotta brush up on it. We'll see what happens when I go over to the Middle East soon. Do you believe there is no overtraining, just undersleeping and undereating? No, that's some Jay Cutler shit. There is definitely overtraining, but it's a clinical thing, man. I mean, overtraining isn't like... I think our definition of overtraining and what actually happens is there's kind of a big gap there. Overtraining's like you look at your mum asks you how was your morning and you're like, fuck off, like you cry. That's overtraining. Overtraining's sitting in the shower thinking about what happened with your first girlfriend 7 years ago. Overtraining's like you get into bed, suddenly you have bursts of energy and you don't know why you can't sleep. Overtraining is like your central nervous system is just on edge all the time. Like it takes a lot of constant work and too much and sleepless nights and undereating and continuous beating at it, man, for a long period of time to get yourself there. But it's always good to remember though, bro, that too much sometimes too much is just too much, man. Like you can't. Food can only do so much, rest can only do so much. Like it definitely, there's diminishing returns, what I'm trying to say. Like you can do more, eat a bit more, sleep a bit more, and you can be cool, you can still recover from that. But there's gonna be a point where you're just doing too much work to recover from, irrespective of how much you eat and how much you sleep. And now that might be good for like a month where you're deliberately overtraining for a month so that you can deload, taper, whatever you want to do a month after to super compensate. Like pull the rubber band back just before it snaps, let go of it, slingshot the other way. You know what I mean? Cunts do that all the time. But it's pretty hard to know when that rubber band's about to snap, brother. You know what I mean? You gotta be pretty diligent to know when to release it. So always just keep in mind, man, that too much sometimes can just be too much for you. Well, you got to remember, dude, Dorian Yates, he didn't really overtrain, bro. He did high intensity training, lowish to moderate volume, with a low frequency. I mean, if Dorian Yates was doing those workouts twice a week, it'd be a different story. Do you know what I mean? And if he was doing double the sets, it'd be a different story. So if you got frequency, intensity, and volume, if Dorian Yates was doing all 3 of them high, he'd be fucked. There wouldn't even be enough gear in the world to save him. You know what I mean? So he had a handle on it. What do you think about weight for the indie pack? Do you think it's better to start lean or with extra fat? I just think I wouldn't even do anything, man. I would just start however I start. Like obviously, you'd want to be well fed, You know, but if you look at Christoph and Mike, they weren't that. They were like, yeah, they were a bit fatter when they started, but it's not like you. I didn't look at them and think like, yeah, you've gone on a fucking permabulk fucking for the race. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, you still want to be able to perform good. So just make sure you're eating enough, eh? I guess. You know, if you're super fucking thin and you notice that your performance isn't there, well then eat a bit more so that your performance is there. But going mad on the fucking gaining weight thing, I don't think it'd make that much of a big difference. Obviously you're going to lose weight, eh? But do you think lifting weights means you're an athlete? Well, what is an athlete, brother? We need to define athlete first. You know, I don't even know what the fuck athlete means, man. Is athlete dictated by the competition? When I think athlete, I think competition. When I think pro athlete, I think someone who competes and gets paid. So, to be an athlete, I feel like you need to be competing in something. You know what I mean? So, if you lift weights and you're a bodybuilder, I guess you're an athlete. I got a fresh baldy today. I'm gonna shave my head. So I was gonna shave my head yesterday, brother. If that's what you're talking about, but the cunt was busy. I'm booked in today, man. Got to get clean, man, for the end of Ramadan. Clean, like a baby, man. Oh, I guess then. So anyone can be an athlete. I mean, in my mind, bro, athlete means you compete. Pro athlete means you get paid to compete. You know what I mean? But, you know, I'm a pro Uber delivery driver, man. I'm paid to ride, man. You know what I mean? If you want to call yourself an athlete, fuck it, man. I'm an athlete of life. You're an athlete of life too. We're all athletes. Who gives a fuck, man? Is it important to you that your significant other's family... No, yeah, and, like, I've never had to deal with that, man. Like, I've never had to deal with my sister not really liking me, my mum not liking me, you know what I mean? So I can't really give you any advice. Like, it's definitely important to me. It would be important to me if my mum was upset at me. Or she didn't like my behaviour. Like, I'd want to work that out. The 100% the real competition is between a man and himself, man. No, like your boyfriend's girlfriend, not really. All you can do is do the best you can do. Now, if someone else doesn't want to accept you, that's somebody else's fault. That's their business. That's not your business. So your boyfriend's mum thinking that you're an angel or not, it shouldn't really have weight on your relationship. You know what I mean? If it's a solid relationship, like yeah, it could, like, it'd be better if she liked you, but better's not a necessity. You know what I mean? It's not going to really affect you that much, or if you let it. I didn't see your message, bro. Maybe it went to the requested. I'll check it out. I got that gold code, brother. I'm on that gold code life, man. Shast, you Stella. I did yesterday. I went to the doctor yesterday, man. They said, what's my profession? I said, athlete. I said, logistical athlete. They said relationship status. I said married. Wilhelm, it doesn't... Yeah, I mean, obviously, you and your boyfriend going to the Muslim parents and saying that you're in a relationship is going to be fucking... That's pretty wild, you know what I mean? Not like in a fuck, I'm saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying, like, it's a wild situation to put... For most parents, bro, it's a pretty wild situation to put them in. You know what I mean? Just to lay that on them, especially... You know, maybe they got some religious views that don't really align with that. So, you know, it's going to be hectic anyway, but if you and your boyfriend are rock solid about it, then it doesn't matter, man. Does it? If you and if you two are cool, then it doesn't matter. I mean, if you both know they're going to fucking go crazy, then it's all good, man. And if he doesn't mind, then thumbs up, man. Audrey, I mean, you can't un-Americanize yourself, you know what I mean? Like, if at the end of the day, if you were born in America, you were born in America. I mean, you can't reverse time, eh? It's a dog eat fucking dog world, mate. It's dog eat cat. It's cat eat dog. It's Lisa Ann eat Lisa Ann, man. It's wild. Thoughts on having a side bitch? I mean, if you got any respect for another human being, you wouldn't have a side girl, man. Straight up, you don't have self-respect. You don't have any self-respect if you got a side girl. And the fact that you don't have self-respect for yourself, that's reflecting on the person you're having a side girl with. I mean, like, the fact that you have no self-respect is you're reflecting on her, bro. Like the girlfriend that you're supposedly with. I mean, you're treating her like shit by having a side girl, man. So it might seem cool, cunts having a side girls and shit, but it's like it's baby talk when you have a side girl. It's a baby talk. Like, what good does it do to have a side girl? When's the Indie Pack documentary up? I got no idea, bro. Probably a couple more months. It probably needs a couple more months to be aced, man. You know, I edited the scene last night, this like battle scene yesterday after the stream in the forest, man. I was working on the music. It's fucking epic, man. It's epic, eh? Got a main bitch, got a mistress. I would strongly urge you to reconsider having two girls in your life, man. I mean, if they both knew about it and that's the path you wanted to go down, I mean, that's cool. That's up to you. But I mean, the deceitfulness, I mean, it's not going to do you any favors. It's not going to do anybody any favors, man. What's up, lad? I'm G'd up, man. I love State of Origin. I don't really watch it that much, man. I lived on Gold Coast for a while. I watched it when I was on the Gold Coast, man. But I don't have TV, brother. You know what I mean? And I probably won't stream it. So you let me know. Is it on now? Do you train full body or upper body? Rice, beans, and power cleans. I train both, but I train everything, bro. I don't do upper, lower. I've done it for a while. I'm not a fan, man. I'm a fan of, like, I do push, pull, legs off, push, pull, legs off, man. When the Indie Pack goes viral, stream goes on Patreon, can the ebook drop, say? No, let real life stay, man. He hasn't really said anything too triggering today, man. I mean, hopefully it goes viral. You know, I think I don't know what's gonna happen with it, man. To be honest with you, I actually don't even fucking know, man. And it's not gonna do me any. I can sit there and worry about if it's gonna do good or gonna do bad. I just want to make something. I want to make something I'll sit back and watch and just go, fuck, that was pretty sick, man. You know. Would I lose a hand for $10 million? No, I really like my hand, brother. What am I going to do without my fucking... I'm a fan of my hand, eh? I mean, no amount of money's worth a body part, man. Any writing lately? I've been writing for work, brother. I deliver food, man, so I've been writing for work, hey. Decent distances too, to be honest with you. But, you know, it start, stop, so it feels like nothing, man. No, some days it feels pretty terrible because of Ramadan, man. Some days during Ramadan you're writing, man, it just hits you, man. But it's kind of like this euphoric hit where you're just kind of like, oh, lightheaded, like, fuck, I feel kind of high. You know what I mean? Like, just bless up. It's this bless up feeling where you're like, I'm super dehydrated, let me shut my eyes at the traffic light. And you just kind of feel like you're floating. I'm proud of it, brother. I'm proud of it. And that's something I had to... you have to sit yourself down and have a conversation with yourself, man, when you make this shit, and think to yourself, like... You have to sit down and say to yourself, like... it's just a big fuck everybody else. That's first off, you have to say fuck everybody else, man. And you have to make the decision that you're making this video. You know, you want to make a video because you want to make the video. You have to eliminate anyone else out of your mind, man. Otherwise, it just gets confusing, man. Last thing you want to be doing is sitting there editing it, thinking like, a cunt's gonna like this, a cunt's gonna like that, are people gonna like that? Are they too sensitive? Are they gonna think I'm painting this guy in a bad picture? It's like, no, you know, all I can do is express myself the way I think it needs to be expressed. You know what I mean? And it might piss people off, it might not be what people like. People might want more detail in certain areas, but it's like, man, all I can do is do the best with what I got. And anytime I try and tackle something challenging, because you always get into this phase where you think it can be better. It's just typical hamster wheel type thinking. You think, oh, this could have been better, the audio's shit, and there's all these little like roadblocks that you think that kind of trying to derail you a little bit and just inhibit you. But I always remind myself, like, bro, like, you know what I mean, just I want to be the best kind at just doing the best with what I got. So if something's shit, I just tell myself, just do the best with what you got. That's all you can do, man. If the audio is not good, it's like, well, the audio is not good, bro. That's happened. It is what it is. Do the best with what you got. You ever get a free meal by not being able to make a delivery? Oh yeah. A few times, bro. A few times. I'm pretty, I'm pretty cutthroat now, man, with cancelling orders. You know, just not because I'm a cunt, just because, like, if you're gonna make me wait 15 minutes for you to come down the stairs, I'm cancelling it, bro. Just because time's money, man. We're at work, time's money. You know, I'll give you your 10 minutes. But if you don't want to answer the phone, you don't want to put your apartment number, and I'm out there losing money, it's like, sorry, bro. You know what I mean? You'll get a refund. I'll keep the money. I'll keep the food. I'm leaving. I would never deliberately take somebody's food because I'll probably have a heart attack after. You know what I mean? I won't be able to sleep. It's haram food, man. You know what I mean? It's soul destroying food. I don't want that fucking food. You know what I mean? But I have done it before, man. Like yesterday, I delivered to my own building, and the girl wasn't answering. Well, she answered. No, she didn't answer, and then she answered, and then I was like, what room number? She didn't tell me a room number, and she just wrote level 2, so I just went upstairs and left the food on level 2 and fucked off. Aren't you fisting your metabolism? No, man. No, dude, hey. When you fast, your metabolism doesn't go to shit, man. What you might be thinking is, dude, that's metabolism slowing. That's a product of body weight, you know what I mean? Energy expenditure, you know, training, how much food you're actually eating, how much weight you're losing, the speed you're losing it at. If you're eating sufficient food, there's just big gaps in between the amount of time you're eating it, you should be fine, you know what I mean? Oh, do I lock my bike up frequently while delivering? Dude, some junkie tried to steal my bike yesterday, man. Luckily, I'm blessed, man, and there was good people around, man. I was in this Korean joint, just off, I think it's called Tasla's Lane, near this dumpling joint. You've seen it before. I ate this dumpling joint. And there's nowhere really to lock your bike up, man. And I just turned around. There was this big motherfucking junkie walking off with my bike, so I ran out, and some other cyclist dude got this cunt in a fucking headlock, and was like, "Oi!" And I was like, "What are you doing, man?" And he started laughing, and I told the cyclist, I was like, shout out to you. I didn't even know he was a cyclist, but he's like, I'm a cyclist, so I would never let it happen. I was like, shout out to you, bro. I looked at him, I'm like, you're gonna get the best karma tonight, man. Something good's gonna happen to this guy. And then I rode off and I saw the junkie later. I was just laughing at the cunt. I'm talking, this is the kind of like out of shape, distraught junkie that would have like rode into a wall while I was chasing it. The cyclist girlfriend, but I saw the look in his eyes after. I'm like, you've done a good thing, bro. You know, it's got to be that feeling, man. I was looking at him like, that feels good, doesn't it? I mean, like, you just saved me fucking $1,200, man. Quickest way to fail is to try and make everyone happy. The doco has already been created in your soul, man. I did the best with what I got, man. You know what I mean? I did the best with what I got. It's the same cycle with everything. As soon as you make it, you think, oh, that could be better, that could be better. But it's just, key point is you do the best with what you got, man. And that's it, man. If it's good enough, it's good enough, man. Honestly, if it's not good enough, it's not good enough. There's hell good people out there, man. Hell good people out there, man. I felt this waft of love when I walked outside. There was like five cunts around the bike, man, all telling me they were gonna like knock this dude out. I was like, wow, thank you. You know what I mean? Why are you Muslim? The books are pretty fucked up, aren't they? Or are you trying to make people... I mean, that's a fucked up question. I mean, why are you... First of all, Muslim. Okay. What's in the books, man? I mean, I guess you could take lines from the books and use that to your own agenda and say it promotes violence, but I don't even think about that shit, man, because I'm Muslim. I grew up with Muslims. My whole family are Muslims. I've spent time with Muslims my whole life. And the amount of people that I've seen who've interpreted that text in a negative way is minimal, right? I guess negative situations thrust people into circumstances where they're going to read shit and interpret it a bad way, but that's just a product of their experience on this planet, which other people are fucking up for them. Like fucking a 9-year-old. Why no Jews who fuck 9-year-olds? I know Christians who fuck 9-year-olds. You know what I mean? There's plenty of people out there who fuck 9-year-olds from every single religion on the planet. Or atheists who fuck 9-year-olds. It's irrelevant as fuck, man. It's irrelevant as fuck. Yeah, but see, the way you're talking about it is fucked up. I know Muslims can be nice and good. The fuck? What are you talking about, man? I know Muslims can be nice and good. You're saying it just sounds sus, like the majority aren't nice and good. Vegan Gains is a scared boy, man. And at the end of the day, if his house was on fire, a bunch of Muslims would go in and fucking save his life, man. You know what I mean? Cunts who talk about this Muslim talk, they got no idea, man. And I'm not saying you raw power, but they got no idea. They're like, but the sheikh fucked a 9-year-old. I'm like, mate, you know how many fucking priests have fucked 9-year-olds? You know how many fucking Jewish dudes out there probably fuck 9-year-olds? You know how many cunts have fucked 9-year-olds and done some evil fucking shit? Evil shit goes on all the fucking time. Do you hear about it? No. You know what I mean? Yeah, but you keep saying it. I mean, most are nice who I've met. You're saying it as the majority aren't nice. Like, oh, dude, I could totally understand why someone would become an Islamophobe. You know what I mean? I could totally understand it, man. I can totally understand how someone would be a subconscious Islamophobe. Like, they wouldn't even know consciously that they're an Islamophobe, but just being a product of the world we live in right now, they would low-key be an Islamophobe. You know what I mean? Like, hear you talk an Islamophobic talk, and they wouldn't be against it. They wouldn't really know that they're for it, but they wouldn't be against it. You know what I mean? People only support their own... What do you mean people only... I know what you mean, but are you talking about Muslims only supporting Muslims, or... Do you think that religions maybe need an update? Not... Yeah, no, man. You know what I mean? Because I think that a large part of what we're seeing now, acts of war and evil getting justified by religion, are only... They only happen because of certain... I mean, circumstances bring them out of people, man. I feel like circumstances bring them out of people. You know, it's a big game of push and pull type shit, you know what I mean? Like, action, reaction. Drop bombs, well, another bomb gets dropped. You know what I mean? Drop bombs, you make another fucking cunt sad. You kill another family. Another dude's might open the book, man. Might read a line and say, I'm gonna die in the name of God now, you know? You're trolling me, brother. You're trolling me. Raw power, you're trolling me. You know what I mean? You're being a troll, brother. If you want to be a troll, it's all good, but, you know, if you don't start spelling shit right, I'm gonna block your fucking ass, man. For your own fucking good, man. You can't stop psychopaths. 100% you can't stop a psychopath, but man, sometimes cunts aren't psychopaths, they just push to their limit, man. There's definitely major psychopaths out there, man. But sometimes we hear the nature of people being psychopathic. I mean, if that's even a word. Sometimes shit gets branded as cunts of being psycho. Sometimes it's not really psycho, man. I mean, you just couldn't fathom the world that they're from. I can't fathom it, you can't fathom it, we can't fathom it. Maybe if my whole fucking family fucking died in an explosion, my house was in rubble, and I was living on fucking dirt and little bits of pita bread in half for a year or 2 years, or that's what I grew up with, man. Maybe I could fathom it, you know what I mean? Why do people think it's only the Quran? You're right, brother. It's not. There's fucked up quotes in all fucking religious texts, man. I mean, definitely we're seeing, we're seeing in the world, I mean, a lot of acts being done in the name of Islam, bro. But I mean, a lot of the countries that are affected by the West are Muslim-dominant countries, man. It's that action-reaction. So the reactions we're getting are from people who are Muslim. Sorry, I don't know how to spell shit. I'm really bad at that. You're fucking... Hey, I'm gonna stop, man. Oh, hey, bro, if you are eligible for the 1 year work holiday visa in Australia, I would strongly take it, brother. You know what I mean? It's a sick visa. I mean, where are you from? UK? I mean, it's so easy for some specific countries to come here. You may as well take the opportunity. You know what I mean? Asking 000, man, how did you come to the conclusion that's what I said? How did you come to that conclusion? I said I couldn't fathom that, which is true. What, you want me to sit here and say I could fathom being a fucking 6-year-old Syrian boy growing up in some of the most dire situations on the whole planet? How do you find fasting while training? I find it good, man. I train real early anyway, bro, so nothing's really changed for me. I might get a bit tired by the end of the day, but it's all good. Oh, sorry, haha, Mr. Word, yeah. Can't be trying to trigger me, man. I've never been to New Zealand, man. I got a couple mates who live in New Zealand. Apparently it's beautiful, man. Apparently it's beautiful. You know, I really want to go there, man. I was going to go there last year, man, but it's a bit too expensive. You know what I mean? So, if I've got some money in the bank, man, one day I'll go there, man. Be doing all the New Zealand type shit. I was brought up and followed Christianity, but at a young age I moved away from it all. Just believe that you should be the nicest you can be and enjoy life. Enjoy the ride. Shouts to you, brother. I respect it, man. I respect anyone who believes. As long as you do good, man, I don't care, man. If you want to be Jewish and you're a good fucking Jew, cool, man. You're a Muslim, you're a good person, it's cool, man. Sheep to human ratio is high. The sheep to human ratio is high. You check out that Bronson. I did check out that Bronson track, man. What's it called, eh? Remind me, eh? And I'll tell you. I checked out. I don't know how I found it. It was one that got released like 2 weeks ago, man. Brother, I'm on the bike, brother. Hey, Panthera, Leo, brother. I'm on the bike. Don't you worry, man. Shouts to you, but I'm on the bike. You might not know about it, but I'm on it. Do you track progressive overload on your isolation lifts or just go by feel? I do, but you know, I realize that, man, it's virtually impossible for me to add kilos to my curl every week for the rest of my life. You know, otherwise I'd be dumbbell curling the fucking 75 kilo dumbbells. You know what I mean? So I just track compound lifts. They don't have to be specifically compound. Like, you know, I might track 5 or 6 exercises real hard, and then everything else kind of, if I can add a rep here and there, it's okay. Like, On stuff like curls and shit, I just focus on quality, man. Just quality, eh? Just quality reps. I know it sounds triggering, but it's just quality reps, man. If I can add a rep, it's cool. If I add one rep to, if my 4x8 becomes a 3x8 with a 1x9 after 3 weeks of training and not becoming obese, I'm happy with it, you know what I mean? How many exercises do I do per day? Well, today I'm deloading this week because of the ride on the weekend. So I did, well, typically I would start with a pull down, and then I would do pull down, row, pull out, like a pullover with the straight bar on the cable, and then I go do another seated row. So what's that? 1, 2, that's 4 kind of movements for back. And then after that, I just do curls and lateral raises, man. Yeah, dude, RIP Prodigy, man. We heard yesterday, it's insane, man. I mean, if you got to be playing Hell on Earth at least 4 times today, minimum. I don't have an access to. Actually, do we have access to a GHR? I think there's a GHR at the gym. I don't do them, bro. I just don't like doing GHRs and shit because I'm not consistent enough with it. It's not an exercise I'm consistent enough with. I just try and do shit that like consistently I can do. Like I can go anywhere in the world, 9 times out of 10 I can do a pull up or they have a pull down machine. You know what I mean? A lot of places don't have GHR, so it's like I'm not going to invest my time in getting real good at a GHR. Wait, Luke, hit me with that line. Wait, hit me with that line from his last verse on Hell on Earth, man. The bit before he says blood in your mouth so you can taste it. Or that bit when he comes in, his first line when he comes in, what is it, dude? I'm trying to think of it. Is it wild child kid turning men into mice or something? It's something crazy, man. Look it up, man. What happened to my raw power, man? Oh shit, you got a good memory. I mean, fuck, man. I don't know what happened, eh? I come up with a lot of shit that doesn't come through, man. We were just talking about ideas, brother. What up, big lad? Big up, man. Stewie, man. The God people with a limousine. Oh, no. Oh, that bit when he says, is it test me, you must be bent, G. Don't tempt me, I had this full clip for so long it needs to empty. That is fuck, man. Tell me that doesn't sell chills down your fucking spine. You reckon John North can make it to the Olympics? I mean, John North out there was strong, man. When he was at the peak, he was strong, man. Definitely one of the strongest for his country, man, at the time. I mean, I thought it was always politics with him, man, because he was just an outspoken fucking wild cunt. But I think he could have, man, at least for the US. Oh yeah, I'll probably watch All Eyes on Me. Maybe next Tuesday, cheap Tuesdays at the movies, man. The reason why it full for so long, because I don't waste shit. You probably hear blood in your mouth so you can taste it. Mad line, man. Mad line. They need to fucking make a movie on him, man. It'd be the most thug movie, eh? Dudes would be beating up women, like, it'd be crazy after, man. Be doing carjackings and shit. Some of these rappers, man, I just tapped into the collective consciousness or something, man. Like, they just, at such a young age, we're just on it, man. Yo, absolutely, nah, I'm not going back to England, man, for a while, man. Shouts to you, man. I could go, but I'm enjoying being at home for a while, man. You know, I'm into Kendrick a little bit. I'm not a diehard fan, man. It's not like this music's bad. I just never really got into it. How much would an average apartment cost me in the US, in Australia? It depends where you live, man. You might be paying. If you're not living with anyone, I mean, just for the straight price. I mean, if you want something good, maybe $330, excluding bills per week. block this motherfucker. Bam. Yeah. It'd be wise of you to link up with Joey Carbstrong, man. It'd be wise. You'd be creating the fusion booms, man. The booms would be taking place. You know what I mean? Major booms would be going off all around the UK, man. When he lands in the UK, it's going to be a major boom, dude. It's going to be a Denzel-style gift boom. Look it up on Facebook. The pea protein is flavour, man. I got the Himalayan salted caramel. It's off. That's what I think about when I eat it. Like, it's amazing, man. It's graceful, man. It's graceful food. You feel like a ballerina when you eat it. You know what I mean? I'll keep you posted, man. Just hit him up. You know, or just go find him, man. I don't know what's happening, man. Where he's specifically going, but you know, just hit him up. I think he's going to do a talk, man. What's all the hype about the pea protein? Is it really that good, man? Yes, man. Yes, that's all I'm going to say, dude. Hey, I said this yesterday, but pea protein, man. Picture yourself Neo in the Matrix, man, and you're trying to find the key maker, man. You find the key maker via the pea protein, man. It's like a one-way ticket to the key maker. When you have enough of it, man, the key maker's going to turn around. He's going to hand you the key and say, "Walk through the door." So stop with the lines, man. I want to run through a wall, man. The Phantom of Crime rap. I heard the new Tupac movie's whack. Yeah, I've heard of it too. I've heard it's whack too. I got to watch it anyway, man. It's funny going to these movies, man, because you see characters in the movies that you would never see. Like I see dudes in like TNs, like them trackies that you can like with the little buttons on the side that you can rip off. Like just some shady characters, man. Our nutritional yeast is Trinity protecting the key maker from these two kinds. A shout outs to you, dude. Eh? I mean, that's what it is. That's the name of the game, man. The name of the game is finding the right tools for the job, man. Big Pun Prodigy, Inspector Deck, ASAP lad. You thank me. I'll watch it when I get home, brother. Nah, we're on the new age of pea protein, man. Times are changing. I mean, it's revolutionary right now. We got good flavors. I mean, if you want to go full cheaper, I mean, you pay for the quality, man. Not quality, I mean, well, you pay for the flavor, you know, the perceived quality, man. I mean, at the end of the day, pea protein is probably just pea protein. I mean, but I strongly suggest working a little bit more on getting the good one, man. I don't fuck with no hemp protein, man. It might be good, man. Which brand do I recommend? I haven't tried many brands, man. I had one in the UK. If you're in the UK, Vince, do me a favor, dude. Go to Joey D's channel and check out the pea protein. He's got the pea protein. He knows the name, man. But be careful because it's like a gram of sodium per scoop. But it tastes wild. I'll fuck with all the Palestinian pea protein. I'm going to start my own Palestinian pea protein brand when I'm over there. It's not bulk powders, man. It's not bulk powders. Bulk powders don't. I think they do a pea protein, but it's not the one. It's not the one, man. Natural, fresh off Amazon. You can do that, man. But you got some brave taste buds, man. What about sun gazing to the point to where you won't even need any shit food and eat only things that uplift your soul? Well, I think there's that question, you know, there's some good points to that question. I'm not going to sun gaze, but I am going to eat things that are good for my soul. So, you know, I've never tried sun gaze. I don't really like to look at the sun too much, man. You know, sometimes I catch it and think, fuck, the sun's epic, man. I don't try and deeply stare into the sun for a given period of time, you know what I mean? I mean, maybe you can fill us in on what it feels like, man. But shout out to eating food that uplifts your soul. I think that's key, man. I mean, if food's not here to give you life and provide your soul nourishment. I don't know what it's here for, man. I'm going to Palestine in the Middle East, brother. Do I watch boxing? Not really, man. Apart from, you know, some highlight clips that make it to Facebook. Kind of miss the old... Yeah, shout out to you, my Super Mario 88, but we don't talk about no old days, man. It feels like long-term blindness. More channel is more serious and kind of darker now. I don't know what you mean by that, brother. You know what I mean? If you want me to spend my whole life taking pisses off balconies and saying the word cunt 50 times, I mean, that's cool, but I'd strongly rethink where your mind's at. I get triggered when dudes bring up the past, man. Because it's triggering talk. Like, I don't give a fuck about what I was doing a week ago, man. I don't even fucking remember it. And it's funny how cunts will remember my old shit like it's gospel. It's like, who gives a fuck, man, eh? Like, don't hold on to that so much, man. If you enjoyed that at that time, that's cool. If you don't enjoy it now, it's cool. Tell me more about this old school saying you don't like it, bro. It's just like, change-phobic talk, man. You know, change-phobic talk, man. You are what you are now, man. And I don't give a fuck about trying to hold myself to who I was 2 years ago, because it's just debilitating and paralyzing. What I'm going to do here be like trying to reform back to my older self. You know what I mean? It's just, it's not what it's about, man. It's a one-way ticket to the hamster wheel of the time prison, man. I'm here to appreciate what's happening now, what I'm doing now, what's in my mind now, the current state of who I am, which is fucking right here. Not back then, not what's going to be. None of that, man. It's over, dude. You know what I mean? Shout out to the old stuff, that's cool, man. But sometimes dudes will hit me up with these questions like they're not shouting out the old stuff. They're like low-key saying like, I wish you were the same. It's like, I wish you were the same. It's like, fuck off. That mindset's fucked, man. Not you specifically, Morris. Not you specifically, Mario. I mean, I get triggered by it because for a while, man, like I had like hundreds, all these cunts telling me like, I liked it when you did this, I liked it when you did that, and I was like, chill, bro, man. I mean, just because you're still in the same fucking position, I mean, I recognize, man, that people do shit sometimes, and I like their old shit more. But I recognize the change, and it's just like, it's just change, man. If you want to change and do your own thing, you change, man. Who gives a fuck, man? Alright, the stream's on 20% battery, so if it dies, it dies. What are you training for? What is the reason for it? I mean, weight's not cardio. I train for life, man. Weights is just a format that I chose at a young age to stick with. It's all a part of the catalogue, man. I've got a sick fucking catalogue, man. If people actually looked at work in terms of catalogue, which you guys probably do, but the majority don't, I'm proud of the catalogue, man. I'm proud of the catalogue, man. I'm proud of what it was. I'm proud of how it is now. I'm proud of all of it, man. It's like, I got triggered off the change talk, man, because I had dudes, and I could see the trap, man. I could see the change trap. I could see the changeophobes trying to trap me, and I stopped myself thinking, man, like, you can't, like, is this where I'm meant to do daily vlogs because you want it? Like, I felt the change trap, and I was like, is this where I'm meant to stop moving forward because you're not moving forward? Am I meant to stay the same now because you want me to stay the same because you're the same? And I was like, nah, fuck that. Fuck all of you. I don't care what you think. I'm doing my own thing, man. And if you like it and you respect it, it's cool. Ebooks, good motivational self-help book content. I mean, they're cool, man, but a lot of the times is, man, like, you can't just read something and you can read something and it can kind of give you little keys, man. Plant little seeds in your head. You can hear it and you plant little seeds in your head. But ultimately, man, you know, you as a human being, you're here to experience. You're here to experience. That's all your life is. It's one big fucking experience, man. That's all it is. You're just experiencing, man. And that's what your goal should be, to experience it. It shouldn't be to read something and think you're going to experience it. It should be to experience it. You know what I mean? So a lot of the times, these self-help, some of the dudes who are just hardcore into self-help books, man, they oftentimes trade up the actual experience for like this, you know what I mean? It's kind of a weird relationship where they just read it and they think they've experienced it now. And it doesn't really hold value with you as a human being, man. You know what I mean? Like, knowledge is sick, man, but it's how you come to that knowledge and what it means to you and how deeply it resonates with you. That's the key knowledge, you know what I mean? Not just random shit, you know, I read in some motivational book from some cunt who's actually experienced it, you know what I mean? E-book talk, eh? Actions speak louder than words. I remind myself that every day, man. Sometimes I think, though, cunts would rather hear about it than see it, but it is what it is, man. When I'm filming, do I roll one continuous cut and wave your hand in front of the camera? Not really, bro. I mean, what do you mean by... It depends, man. You know, I start and stop all the time, man. I wouldn't wave my... You mean wave my hand in front of the camera in terms of like, for like audio or something? Yeah, bro. I'm not triggered by people changing, man. Even if I think they haven't changed for the good, I'm not triggered by it, man. You know what I mean? I just recognize that's the way of it, man. It's the river of life. Shit moves, man. If you ain't moved, you're just a fucking rock, man. It's just, the water's just rushing over you, man. You just get KO. You get technically KO'd from the universe when you don't move, man. The coldest temp I've ever experienced was when Chicago had this like cold streak. Probably, I think, maybe 4 years ago, man. And I was there in shorts and a big Nike jacket, and my semen froze over, man. Oh, the hand wave is to cut the scene. No, I don't do that, bro. I might need... should I do it? I'm not even sure, man. It does mean nothing until you do it yourself. I mean... Yeah, I can't really, like, remember... You know what I mean? Like, I only remember shit that I've experienced, man. Or powerful shit that I've experienced I can reflect on and learn from. You know what I mean? They're like little banks of knowledge that have been imprinted into my brain that I can't forget. And that's what's so cool about experiencing shit, that you can reflect on it when you want to, man. You're not a prisoner of the past, but if you want to access your own mental library of experience, you can. And that serves you for the future experiences, the experiences that are happening now. You can access that, man. Shouts to you, man. Shouts to you, brother, man. Shouts to you, man, eh? I'm gonna write a fucking ebook on change, man. No, it was cool, man. I enjoyed the change discussion I had with people for a while, because, you know, I was constantly being challenged by this idea of change, and like I wanted to go a certain way, people wanted me to go a certain way, and the universe presented me with a situation where I could have gone left or gone right. You know what I mean? And, you know, left's always the staircase. I'm always going up the stairs when necessary. You know what I mean? So I chose my path, man. And, you know, a lot of the most beautiful stuff that I've got going on, man, only would have happened if I chose that path, man. I mean, I could easily be... Not easily, man. I could have easily gone the other way and stuff might have looked a bit different, but... I mean, first and foremost, man, I got to satisfy myself, you know what I mean? It makes editing easier because it's quickly to identify the good content quickly. Shouts to you, man. I might try it, man. It's day 26 of Ramadan, man. Yeah, the self-help industry preys on the noobs. I mean, there's definitely information out there that can help you, man. It can give you a little bit of a spark, you know what I mean? But ultimately, man, like, self-help's just go experience shit, man. It's just go experience it, man. Like, there's a big element of just participation. If you don't participate, how do you expect to understand? And, like, you have to participate. That's just the game of it all. It's just participating, man. You don't get shit for free, man. Like, if you want to be talking pace, doing curls, like, you just learn that if you don't actually put in work, you get no fucking benefit, man. What makes you think the same about your daily life? If you don't actually participate, what makes you think you're going to sit there and take your consciousness to another level or expand it? It can't fucking happen. You actually have to do something. And this is a message to myself. I have to remind myself that if you want to expand, grow, develop, learn, experience on the highest level, and then eventually die and graduate, you have to fucking live, man. You can't just be sitting in your fucking room all day watching washers on the internet trying to Google self-help books, man. Everyone knows what they need to do, yeah, man. Sometimes dudes will ask, and I know this too, man. Sometimes you ask questions that you know the answer for, man. There's not even a point in asking it, man. You got to recognize when you ask a question, sometimes you've known the answer the whole time, brother. Whether or not you let yourself see the answer is a different story. You try and tell yourself shit's a different way when the way it is the way it is. How do I succeed? Work harder. Well, it depends on your version of success, man. Ultimately, you're always succeeding, man. You know what I mean? That's the appreciation. Doesn't mean that you're complacent. Doesn't mean that you want to do certain things. But there has to be a base level of appreciation there. Always, man. Regardless of the situation, you have to be able to appreciate the situation, man. I do the same thing, man. Sometimes I ask questions I know the answer to too. I do it all the time, and I remind myself, like, why are you asking this fucking question, lad? You know what you need to do, man. You know what you need to do. I mean, success is within you, man. It's within you, man. Success is a state of mind. It's an internal state of peace and contentness with the situation at hand, man. It's irregardless of getting a grade. It's irregardless of what you wear. It's irregardless of the car you drive. It's irregardless of the amount of money Uber pays you on a Wednesday. It's irregardless of all of that, dude. Do you know what I mean? I mean, there's shit out there that's cool. Like, you might still want to get good grades, and it's not saying that you shouldn't want to get good grades. It's not saying that you shouldn't want to make money. It's not saying that you shouldn't want to be well off. It's just like sometimes, man, you know, shit gets so complicated. It takes off the sensitivity off the tip, man. Like, it takes a sensitivity. Cunts actually think their life's normal, man. Like, that's the world we live in, man. Cunts think their life's normal and they're ashamed of it. It's like, what kind of sick world we live in where you're made to think that this is normal, man? Really, when you take a shit, think about taking a shit when you take a shit and you tell me that's normal. Take a piss and tell me when you take a piss that's normal. Tell me when you sit there and you look around and think, holy fuck, man, it's been me the whole time, that's normal. Tell me when you talk and then you think in your head after, how the fuck did I say all this shit, that shit's normal? This ain't fucking normal. It's never been normal. They're trying to dull it down, take the sensitivity of the tip and make you think it's not normal to get you unappreciative, turn you into a fucking sheep on a hamster wheel. But this shit is the furthest thing from normal. Tell me if you seriously sit there and try and make sense of your life. You can't. You can't. And when you do that, finally, man, you let go and you become a fucking a humble student of life where you're appreciative. And then shit works out, man. You finally start to see the blessings for what they are, and everything that wasn't enough finally becomes enough because your life at the foundation is enough at its core. You're trying to work from the top down, brother. I'm on welfare because you're a fucking wash-up. That's why you're on welfare. You're a wash-up, lad. Block this cunt after I tell him he's a wash-up. Bam. Biggest booms, man. Yeah, man.